It's okay. Hello, One Plexus family. How are you guys today? Let us know in the comments. We are so happy to be here. I'm BB Carter, Product Sales Training Lead at Plexus. I'm here with the one, the only, Dr. Hartman, VP of Research and Development. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. We're back for week 2 of DocTalk.
This is exciting. Feedback's been great. Excited to be able to do this on a weekly basis. Just really to step in, answer some questions, rapid fire style, give you guys the information, the word choices you need to be able to go out and share these great products.
Beautiful. All right. So, Dr. Hartman, we're talking about Triplex today.
Yep.
So, for those of you not familiar with Triplex, it is our simple 3-product system that supports gut health. Now, we had a lot of great questions around Triplex. So just FYI for you guys who submitted any product-specific questions, we did save those for when we actually talk about that particular product in the next coming week. So today's really focused on Triplex as a whole, as a system. All right. So I just want to make that mention. And then Dr. Hartman, I think you were going to make a mention on.
Sure.
Yeah.
So everything we talk about is just very important. You know, there's always going to be questions related to specific medical issues. And as much as, you know, I'd like to be able to give you guys great information, it'd be irresponsible without knowing all the details of your personal health history or your customer's personal health history. So that's why it's important the conversation is with your physician. That physician has knowledge of blood work, family history, potential medications, complications that could come up with the introduction of certain products. So it's just very important you have a direct line of communication of somebody that knows what's really happening inside. And I just really try to provide some great general information that can support overall health and wellness and maybe give you a little bit more details about the specific products, but unfortunately can't cure or treat any diseases.
Perfect. All right. So let's start. Number 1, what is the recommended Triplex usage for everyday gut health support versus doing Triplex for weight loss purposes, as it is clinically demonstrated to help you lose weight?
Sure. Really great question. At high level, if you look at the Triplex system, Slim, ProBio 5, BioCleanse, the first thing you'd want to do is if you're focused just on gut health or primarily on gut health, focus on Slim MBA, microbiome activating. This is going to be a very powerful prebiotic and XOS. This is going to help support the beneficial bacteria in your gut. That would be the recommendation. If weight loss is primary goal, you're going to lean more towards Slim Hunger Control. Hunger Control features the ingredient polydextrose, which helps to stimulate the production of GLP-1 in the body. It helps to limit or control your appetite so that you can make better food choices. The biggest difference between supporting gut health and weight loss is really some of the stuff that you do outside of the program. So it's really more emphasis on portion control, physical activity, trying to actually, you know, reduce calorie intake and burn more calories, and that's going to lead to greater weight loss. Both programs work great. Both are going to support gut health through things like ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. The choice of Slim is going to be your biggest difference, and then maybe some of the emphasis outside of the program.
Perfect. All right. And maybe this ties into this next question, but is there value in adjusting the amount you take of any of the 3 products depending on circumstance? So for example, depending on the consistency of your stool, you know, would there be value in adjusting BioCleanse?
It's always a great day at Plexus when we can talk about stool, right? So there is going to be some room for adjustment. And if you look at some of our products, you know, like ProBio 5 is a great example. You know, recommended 1 capsule, but you have the ability to use more capsules until desired results are achieved. And that's going to give people a little bit more room to adjust. Maybe 2 capsules is a great recommendation for some people. BioCleanse is another great example. If you do have issues with maybe urgency to use the restroom, maybe you want to reduce that serving. So instead of using 2 capsules, you cut it back to 1 capsule just to kind of give your body time to adjust. And that's where it's going to very much depend on individual needs and goals. You know, for some people, if they're coming from a bad place from a health standpoint, anytime you introduce new products and a system of new products, it can be a lot for your body to handle. So easing into it may be the right move for some people. Starting at a lower dose and then going up is always advisable if you are kind of concerned, or if you have somebody that has a history of sensitivities to certain things. Start low and then go up to the full dose over time.
Perfect. All right. Now, if you're new to Triplex, and you kind of already highlighted this, do you recommend taking the suggested use on the packaging or advising easing into the suggested use?
It depends on the individual, but the best recommendation is to follow the directions on the package. Those directions are set up to be the most broad, general recommendations that are going to accommodate most people as they're introduced to the products. And that's why we put them. These recommendations are based on the effective dosage of specific ingredients, based on around the usage history that we know over time. We also take into consideration what other products people may be using, right? So, there's people at Plexus, they love all the Plexus products. So we have to be mindful of what else are people adding to their routine. So we take all that into consideration. Directions for use are going to be the best recommendation. And then you have room to adjust based on individual needs and goals. And that's going to come with time and experience and just working with multiple people over time.
Perfect. And just to be clear, so the clinical study done on Triplex to help you lose weight, that's 2 BioCleanse twice a day?
BioCleanse twice a day, Slim twice a day, 1 serving of ProBio 5.
Okay.
That was the clinical as it was designed. And that was what is substantiated in a lot of our literature. And if you look at some of the small print, even on the product webpage, when it talks about encouraging weight loss, Slim twice per day is recommended.
Okay, perfect. And one other question on that. So BioCleanse, when you take it in between meals, twice a day, 2 capsules twice a day, does it matter how long you wait until you take the other set? Or
no, as long as it's empty stomach, so the way BioCleanse works, magnesium is going to help pull water into the gut. As you pull water into the gut, it creates something referred to as an osmotic relationship. And that osmosis is basically the water being drawn in. But as you pull water into the gut, it's going to help flush out the system. It's going to help to encourage regularity and help get things moving, ridding your body of unwanted microbes, other things that could be holding you back in terms of weight loss or overall health and well-being.
Got it. So empty stomach is key.
Empty stomach. And you can also do it at night before bed. It always comes up. Obviously, if people are eating dinner, sometimes it depends what time they eat. But if you're eating dinner at 5 or 6 and going to bed at 10, it's basically an empty stomach. It's also kind of good to encourage the consistency over time. So you don't want to change the timing of your products on a daily basis. Find the time that works best for you and then stick with that over the course of the whole program.
And then ProBio 5 also on an empty stomach?
Empty stomach. Okay. So you can be also in the evening. That gives time for those enzymes to work to help break down some of those nutrients to improve digestion.
Perfect. All right. So next question. If you stopped using Slim, but stayed with BioCleanse and ProBio 5, can you still see similar results and balance your gut that way?
You definitely will still see positive results. It is a 3-product system. So think of it as a 3-legged stool, right? So you guys have all seen like a stool with 3 legs. If you pull one of those legs out, it's not going to be as stable, right? So the benefit of Triplex as a system, weed, seed, and feed. So if you're pulling out Slim, which is contributes to the feed component, you're not providing that prebiotic to really help support and nourish the probiotic, the beneficial bacteria. So you'll still get benefits from BioCleanse, helping to rid your body of unwanted microbes. You'll still get the benefit of microbiome balance, both bacteria and yeast from ProBio 5. But the piece you would be missing is the prebiotic component that's provided by Slim. But Slim also has benefits in terms of helping to support blood glucose levels. It's a really fantastic formula, but people have to make adjustments, right? Whether it's economic or whatever the reason may be. So you're still getting benefits, but the system as it's designed is a 3-product system: weed, seed, and feed. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yep, makes sense. All right. Next question. Why is it better to take Triplex? Well, I think this just kind of covers it, instead of just Slim.
Sure.
So
it would be the same, but an opposite. Slim is providing tons of great benefits, but then what BioCleanse does, what ProBio 5 does, are completely different, right? So you're really getting weed, seed, and feed. And if you pull one of those components away, it's just not the same, not the same system.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. When do most people start seeing results?
Great question. Unfortunately, it's not always possible to say everybody's going to see this. Some people start to notice positive benefits within the first couple of days, right? In terms of BioCleanse, helping to encourage regularity, helping to start to rid your body of some of those unwanted microbes. That's going to happen pretty rapidly. The addition of ProBio 5, very similar. You're going to see results, or you're going to start to see some benefits within the first couple of days. Other benefits are going to take longer to achieve. People note they feel better, they have better digestive issues, less bloating, less cramping. Those things take time, the products have to work in your system over time. You may notice, improvements in energy levels and how you feel and how you go about your daily living. You may notice improvements in terms of how your skin looks and your appearance. And those things are going to vary, and they're going to take time. That's going to take several weeks. I would say after the first 30 days, you should have things that you can point to as showing positive improvements. But again, some things you may, in terms of using the restroom, you may notice benefits a little bit more quickly. So it just depends on what your desired outcomes are. Weight loss is going to take a little bit longer. Weight loss is something that we approach weight loss from a very holistic way of looking at it from a healthy lifestyle, making improvements in terms of diet and exercise, managing stress, getting enough sleep, all those things to help improve that healthy lifestyle. And as a result of that, weight loss occurs. And some of those things take a little bit longer.
Sure. Yeah. It took time to get to that point, right?
Exactly.
It's going to take time to,
You didn't reach that weight overnight, so it doesn't come off overnight either. Great way of putting it.
Yep. All right. Last question. What are things to avoid doing that would make Triplex less effective?
So it goes back to that healthy lifestyle. So when we talk about a healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, managing stress, getting enough sleep, Triplex is a fantastic product system. You're putting great nutrients in your body, the probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, all those things are going to work great. If you make choices outside of a healthy lifestyle, that's going to have some negative effect, right? So, if you're staying up super late, not getting enough sleep, that's going to have a negative impact on your gut microbiome. If you're in a super stressful situation, and we can't control that sometimes, but we can control how we deal and adapt to that stress, right? Stress is going to wreak havoc on your microbiome. Poor food choices, ultra processed foods, overconsumption of sugar, overconsumption of alcohol, saturated fats. Those are all things that are going to have a negative aspect on your gut microbiome. So you have to really control those other factors. But the cool thing about supplements is supplements can come in and you can actually, in Flex's products, you can make improvements in those areas. We have products that can help support a balanced diet, products that can help support and encourage you to do physical activity like active, right? I think you have an active there. So you can drink an active and then you're ready to go out for your workout. We have products like Vital Biome that can help your body deal with stress. And then obviously we have Plexus Sleep that can help sleep. So it's taking advantage of the other parts of that lifestyle. And if you go the wrong way, that can have impact on your microbiome.
It's like the 4 components of what your body needs.
Absolutely.
Exercise, diet, managing stress, and then sleep.
We can't always reduce stress, right? So, but we can manage it. If you're, if you're in traffic every morning, maybe find a different way, right?
Breathing techniques.
Or
meditation.
Relaxation. Or just
finding ways to ground yourself.
Taking a deep breath can really help. But you can control, you can't always control what's causing the stress, but you can control your response.
Perfect. Well, all right. Well, thanks, Dr. Hartman. Give it up for Dr. Hartman, y'all. Drop a 1 in the comments if you found today helpful, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a good weekend.